be heard. That's the first and most important thing I must always check. Yes, I can be heard. So welcome back everyone to the Extreme Improv XStreamed World Championship Festival 2023, and this has been an exciting night. It has been a more exciting night for me than you can possibly imagine, audience, but the excitement will continue, because as well as all of the World Championship quarterfinals that we will be going through, we've just had the first one, all of the ones that we'll be going through for the remainder of the week, we also have our first guest show tonight. Now I'm really excited. So regular viewers of Extreme Improv will know that every month, as much as we humanly can, we always guest on the Improv Extravaganza with these guys that you're about to see here, and they have another one of those coming up, I think next week towards the end of the month. I'm sure they'll tell you the details about it in a little while themselves, but I'm very excited. Guys, come on down, it's the Improvessionals. Hello Andy, hello Caroline. So you guys, you've got your show about to come up. Audience, you asked in the I asked you in the chat when I shared the thing, like they need some suggestions of characters and characters from fiction or people from history. I will be feeding it through to these guys as we get on with the show. And so with this, I'm going to hand over the virtual stage to you guys.
So much. So what's up, world? We are two of the Improvessionals, but this is the first young lady that joined the team, I think over 6 years ago now. I'm forgetting if it's 5.5 or 6.5, time goes by. Got to mark that down. But she's spectacular, Caroline Dunn, and I'm Andy Abramson. So we're going to be performing a bunch of short-form style games today for you. And I have my flashlight here so I could read what I was going to put down because my vision's... So we'll just start off with
what the Halloween extravaganza is going to be.
Oh, sure. I was going to wait to the end, but sure, that'll wait. So for the Halloween extravaganza, which is next week that Mike Kazansky did mention, it's next week, Friday, October 27th, where we have a bunch of improv teams and stand-up comedians from performing around the globe. Everybody dressing up, which is awesome. We do have Extreme Improv that will be performing. I'll get the times in a little bit while, but again, it starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be running to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, we got a lot of acts, counting the Improvessionals, and we will have more team members, most likely, but it should be a lot of fun. So, and I'll share the links later on for that. But right now, me and Caroline, we will just go into an improv game just to start off with. And you know what? We will start off with, looking right here. You know what? Caroline loves this game, so we'll just go right with this game is Marriage Counselor. So Marriage Counselor. So we're going to do it twice around, where once she is the marriage counselor and the other time she is the two that are in the marriage counselor. So I'm looking right here, and since she's going to be the marriage counselor first, I'm putting up my timer is up. So I'm looking at the suggestions here. I think you see it also, right, Caroline? So you know what? I'm going to, just because we do have a question. Oh, go ahead.
You want the first two, Andy?
Go for it. Tell me first.
You're going to be the first two. All right. So Andy, you're going to be Robin Hood and Stallone.
Robin Hood and Stallone. Okay.
My cat is also performing on the team. So good to see you both back here again today. I know this is only our 4th week of therapy, but I think we've gotten to know each other pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we do, but let me tell him, hold on a second. You know, the problem is, let me tell you, the real problem is he doesn't take me, he takes me for granted, and I don't like being granted. I know what I know, and excuse me, this is the problem. See, he keeps interrupting. And, I do like to rob from the rich and give to the poor. I'm not trying to rob from him, but nothing. He's not going to rob from me. But anyway, what's your point? Go ahead, counselor. You know the deal.
Yeah. We've talked about how both of you kind of feel like the other one isn't quite embracing your feelings and the way that the way that you want to be respected. and I can see that it's really bothering you. Mr. Stallone, I see that you have a very furrowed brow. Can you tell me what that's about?
Well, you see, what I'm not understanding is I feel like he might have paid you off. I sort of think like you have his side because, as you know, kind of like my movies, when I take over, I take over. It's like mine. And neither of you seem to be feeling that way.
No, he hasn't paid me off. I mean, he did pay your copay, but that's pretty normal. On that note, Mr. Hood, there is an issue of the insurance company saying that you attacked one of their armored trucks, but that's for the police to really discover. That's not something we're going to cover in this session, but just so you know. Uh, I think, Mr. Stallone, maybe you're experiencing a little bit of paranoia.
What you're saying, hey, tomatoes. It's beside the point. No, I'm not really there. I'm feeling like I see what I get, and you two are not giving me what I'm asking for. You know what I mean? I really don't. This is what I'm kind of thinking, like with the bow, maybe putting it between his eyes because he's kind of annoying me. You don't know. He don't know, Doc. He don't know.
Yeah, Mr. Hood, I know you're from a different time where things were handled a little bit differently. We don't threaten our partners in this modern era. I would like to hear from you, though. Do you feel that your partner here isn't quite understanding where you're coming from? Is this kind of cultural difference getting in the way of your relationship?
I mean, I believe a bit so because, again, when I rob from the rich and give to the poor, even though obviously my partner, I only had to rob a few times because, again, he is the rich. But that's beside the point. Don't get carried away. But I was also sort of thinking, not getting into the subject because I know I'm paying for this, but I'm sort of thinking of robbing you because I'm thinking you probably are rich and, we could give to the poor. That might be great. See what I'm saying? He ain't a good listener. He don't listen very well.
Yeah, Mr. Hood, this is a community clinic. We serve people who don't have good insurance, and it's a pay-as-you-can model. So, no, I'm not rich. However, there's obviously a lot of issues. If you guys met while you were stealing from your partner, obviously that's a very rocky way to start this relationship. I think maybe what we need to focus on is not thinking about the money. Let's maybe really branch away from thinking about finances and really focus on your both of you have an intense love of violence. I never thought I'd say that. Yes, maybe we should focus on your shared love of violence. Could you take like a workout class together?
Yeah, I like that, but let's be real. Robin kind of couldn't hang with me. Let's be real. But with all due respect, we do, go into the forest, we go into the woods, and we go exploring, and we do rob from the rich, give to the poor. And again, I have my merry crew and all. That's what I'm talking about. That merry crew style. I don't like that whole. Again, I'm a solo. I don't need it. The only person ever that helped me was Adrian. Oh, Adrian, and she's long gone. So that's beside the point. Sort of thinking now he's my Adrian. I was hoping, but then he wants these other so many obstacles to help us, and that made no sense to me.
Well, it's good to socialize outside of the relationship. So I think it's good that he's got his merry crew. Maybe, Mr. Stallone, you should try and, get to know Mr. Hood's merry crew and, become friends with them as well. I think you could maybe use a few more friends.
Well, you see what you're not understanding. Again, a lot of times we go when we're I'm trying to do my scenes, and he comes to join me, and you get these other clowns. Security's bothering me, like, what are all these extra clowns? which is his little merry crew, as you say it. But again, I got a job to do, and I'm the star. Again, we're just doing our job. I'm still, can't mix business with pleasure, and when I try to, it doesn't seem to succeed. Ugh. That's what I'm saying.
We're obviously running out of time in the session. So I think what I want to encourage you both to do, what I want you to do before we meet up next week, is I want you guys to go somewhere where you can share in your mutual love of shooting things. Now, I want this to be in a setting that is monitored and not at anyone, like the rich. I'm just gonna shoot at like cans, okay? Can we do that?
Yes. Well, we can, but I do. 1 second, Sly. I do want to ask you though. You seem to have a lot of people that come here, and can you give me a listing of all of them, and then I could find out who is rich and who is poor, and who I could go after and who I shouldn't? See what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Go ahead.
Mr. Hood, you're from such different times, and no, I can't because, we have laws like HIPAA and confidentiality, and I
got
don't
HIPAA.
want to
Like, well, HIPAA you don't have to worry about. HIPAA is part of our merry crew, and he's the hippopotamus, but he's so cool, and he's got our back, so you don't have to worry about him. I don't need his information. I got his info. He needs money too, so we need to rob from the rich and give to the poor. We don't need HIPAA's phone number.
No, but thank you for asking so kindly. I'm going to call security now to come and get you.
Oh, Goldstein. All right. So, we'll do that once again, but this time now, Caroline, you'll grab the characters. If you see them better than me,
You want me to just grab anyone's?
Sure, grab any two that you see.
I'm gonna close my eye. I'm gonna go like this. All right, I'm pointing at Nick Cage. All right, so that's my first one, and John Lennon.
John Lennon and Nick Cage. Okay. So, hang that up. Okay, so welcome, Nick. Welcome, John. Glad to have you both here. This is, our 10th session. So it seems like you two have been getting closer at times, and then other times you seem not to. So last week I said, can you two go to the beach, and just relax and enjoy yourselves, have a picnic. How did that work, Nick? How did that work?
There was way too many waves, and there were sea creatures in the ocean coming out of the ocean at me. Oh, those weren't sea creatures. That was a yellow submarine coming through the waves. Or a woman in a yellow bikini. I don't know, one or the other. It was crazy! I couldn't deal with it. We had to leave immediately.
Okay, very interesting. So you left immediately. So where did you decide to go to afterwards, Nick?
Well, afterwards, we had to calm down. We had to calm down a lot, so we rode a motorcycle all across the country. And then we decided to try and go on a treasure hunt. So we had to try and get to the back of the Declaration of Independence, but I realized I was actually just reading off of an old script of mine. He tends to do that a lot, where he just looks at the back of the Declaration of Independence, But it's actually just a menu that he accidentally kept from a restaurant.
Okay, very interesting. And I also asked you, I said, John, I want you to take Nick somewhere where he hasn't been. Where did you take him to, and how did that go?
Oh, I took him to one of my favorite places. Strawberry Fields in New York City, It's a little park, and you can sit in the fields, and it was very relaxing until he had a little moment. I didn't have a moment. There was a bees everywhere flying around my face. I couldn't deal with it, so I just started swatting them. And then there was a bee's nest, and I karate chopped it because I remember my moves.
it's a calm space here. There's nobody else here. Yeah, you don't have to relax. There's no bees here. It's all good.
I find relaxing difficult. He really does.
Okay, interesting. And I did ask you, Nick, can you also take John somewhere where he hasn't been that he may like? How did that go? And where'd you go?
I took him to the best place I've ever been. The Smithsonian Institute. Do you know how many ancient artifacts are in the Smithsonian Institute? I took him there. We walked around, and then I somehow got into one of the back areas. I was looking. I was staring everywhere. I was going to make a heist. I was going to do a heist. He tried to do a heist. It didn't work. You know, what ended up happening, you're not going to believe this, is that some guy came up to me and they recognized me and they didn't recognize him. And you want to know what? He had a conniption about the whole thing. He doesn't like not being recognized. He doesn't like that I'm a bit more famous than he is. Do you imagine that I, an A-list celebrity, apex of the alphabet, alpha, that I, the A-list celebrity, don't get recognized more than this guy? But he looks the same as the other three.
Right. Again, not a popularity contest. You two got married and there was something you saw in each other. So just out of curiosity, because again, you have so much of the opposites and opposites can attract. But we'll ask you first, Nick, what attracted you to, John?
It was his ability to remain calm in all situations. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little bit on edge all the time. I'm a little bit right here, living right on the edge of the precipice of the world. And he's just laid back, and I don't know how to get that out of any of my characters. Even when my characters are calm, they're on edge. But so I wanted to know how to do that, and then we just ended up falling into this marriage puddle.
Okay, interesting. And what about yourself, John? What made you get attracted to the opposite of Nick?
The opposite of Nick? I'm not attracted to the opposite of Nick. I'm attracted to what he has going on here. It's just, sometimes it's a little too much, I really liked the intensity. I've never lived life that intensely, except when, doing a little bit of a Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So, it was really nice to kind of see somebody who was a bit more passionate, in just everything.
Okay, very, very, very interesting. So I do just have one suggestion. So, John, you seem to have sort of who do you think loves one more? Do you think you love Nick more, or do you think Nick loves you more, John? And why?
Well, it's a hard thing to guess that. I think I accept Nick more, which, acceptance equals love, then yes, I love Nick more. He can't accept me, and I accept him. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, same question to you, Nick. Who do you think does love one more than the other, and why do you think one of you loves the other more?
I love John. I think he's great. I love being around him. He calms me down. Can't you see how calm I am right now? It's just sometimes there are things, there are situations where, like, when the coffee isn't ready in the morning, that's a situation, and John doesn't get that it's a situation that needs to be solved right away. And I wish he would just amp up a little bit, just meet me on my level sometimes, even my most base level, and I want to meet him on his level, and the levels, Doctor, the levels.
Okay, that's definitely interesting. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna, we'll call this the end of our session, but before we do, we want next week you to go And before you come here, I want you both to go to the library, only the library, and keep it kind of quiet. And just maybe pick out a book for each other and decide on what's there. What do you think about that, Nick? You seem a little concerned about that.
The library. I never checked there. For the clues to fall all the mysteries of the secrets of the independent. I will be able to pick him out a book.
Okay, and what about yourself, John? How do you feel with that?
I love the library. It's a great place for looking things up, learning. There's some great Winnie the Pooh books on, so yeah, it'll be good.
All right, well, so I'll see you both next week. I have my next clients in the other waiting room, so you can exit through that door. I'm going to call scenes. Great job, Caroline. So, we're going to do another improv, obviously. We're going to do, what? We'll do with the cards I got, and this will be how many words we're going to use. So, it's 1, 2 through 5 words, simple to the point. So, I'm just mixing up these cards. So, this will be what you start with, and tell me when to stop, and these will be how many words you're going to say every time.
Stop.
Okay, so you are 5 words every time, and just tell me when to stop, and this will be my words.
Stop.
Okay, I'm only saying 1 word. So I'm only saying 1 word. I got all the problems in the world with that 1 word. Caroline's only saying 5 measly words. But it goes down to, we're going to look right here and just looking what this is. I see Conor McGregor, which to me makes me think of mixed martial arts fighting. So that'll be our scene, mixed martial arts fighting, what we're discussing. So you're saying 5 words. I'm going to say 1 word every time. And amazing.
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
Great.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Blood.
Yeah, that's why he's not.
Knocked out.
He did get hit hard.
Strong.
I think that's a tooth.
Split.
His lip is destroyed, man.
Dentist.
That's gonna be a bill.
Crap.
Well, I'm not paying it.
Next.
I think there is halftime.
You.
No! I'm no cheerleader, idiot.
Strong.
I'm not strong, per se.
Try.
No, I don't want to.
Lawsuit.
Oh. That is an idea.
Hospital.
But can we get lawyers?
Maybe.
Maybe isn't good enough, man.
Here.
Thanks for the gloves, but...
Small.
I said no, I'm not.
Unwrap.
Fine. But this better not...
Put.
They're orange and blue. Terrible.
Great.
feel really funny, man.
Shining.
They're so stiff. Can't flex.
Harder.
This is too difficult, Andy.
No.
I don't think it's working.
Quitting.
Not quitting, just not starting.
Then
We can just watch.
sure.
My hand is all stiff.
Jones?
I have $7 on.
Money.
It's my money. Better win.
And scene. All right. Great job. And for some reason I hit the wrong thing. Hit the wrong button, but that's all good. All right. So, great job, Caroline. So we're going to do something a bit different than we normally do, which is all fine. So we're going to do scenes from a hat. But with scenes from a hat, which we've done 1,000,001 times, we're actually going to do scenes with it together. So I got my scenes from a hat app here. And whatever the thing is, we'll do a little scene on that. So it's celebrities who shouldn't release rap records. So celebrities who shouldn't release rap records, and we're going to do a scene about that. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. You got a great talent, but I think you need to stick to the acting and not the hip-hopping, you know?
Right. I'm just a frog. Why can't I do all the rapping if I want to?
Well, again, because I don't know if it's a frog tongue or what's what, but I don't think you catch it. Go ahead. Try to do a little beat there, Carmen.
I like pigeons. I like pigeons a lot. I like to dress them up. I like to take their clothes off. I like dancing. I like putting on lipstick. I've got a little nose and I got a little lick. Catching the flies in the swamp. Ah!
Okay, yeah, Carmen, with all due respect, I didn't understand half of what you said. And I know sometimes we don't understand half of what's being said. Sometimes people speak it in such a way, but I don't think that's any language in the human world that you were speaking in some way.
I was English.
Like
I was speaking good English. I'm a children's performer. They understand me. Why can't you?
Well, you sounded like you're talking about some tushy and rapping or something.
This is like, like I'm doing the hip hop stuff. Hip hop, like a lot of times they talk about their ladies. I want to talk about my lady.
Okay, and yeah, you're talking about putting on lipstick. I've seen, your wife, Miss Piggy, put on lipstick, but I've never seen you putting on lipstick.
Yeah, well, I wanted to, expand what I'm doing. Just kind of get it all out there.
Yeah, I wish we actually did switch places and we had Miss Piggy here. I think she actually would have been a better rapper than you, Kermit, with all due respect.
Yeah, she does more of the, operatic, the country music, that sort of thing. All
right, we'll call scene on that, and we'll do another one of the scene what's what. So I'm going back to that app. So, the worst thing to find in your parachute pack. The worst thing to find in our parachute pack. Yeah, they're saying we got to go down in a few moments. I'm kind of nervous. I know this is what we got to do.
I'm just trying to mentally embrace this. I have a bit of a fear of heights, so I think it'll be fine, though,
Yeah, it really worries me that I paid so much money for these lessons, and you've been telling me that from the beginning, that you're scared of heights, that you've been doing this for 10 years, so it's really weird to me.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to be honest with ourselves and others.
Okay, all right, so, that's great, and I know they say to face your fears, but after 10 years, I think you've faced it enough, and now you're putting me in a situation where I'm really nervous, because I'm not sure if you know what you're doing.
I'm sorry. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I can be afraid and know what I'm doing. You know, like you can do both at the same time, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So, all right, stand on the edge.
Okay,
Go
yeah.
over the edge. Ready?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
And we're jumping. All right, feel the wind on your face. It's okay. Listen to my voice through the headset. All right, and pull.
Okay, it's not slowing down. I see a puppet's head popping out. What the hell? This is still going fast.
Yep, you see, what happened here is my kids had a project at school, and their backpacks, I gave them some old backpacks from the parachuting school, and I must have brought their backpacks.
Yeah, this ain't helping me. We're not slowing down, and you know, if I land, I'm gonna be done. So what's plan B or
Well, you know, plan B. What I should have done before I had my kids. No, that's not funny at all. Look, there is no plan B. So just try and think of something positive.
I know you must be joking with me that you're scared of heights and everything else because you seem so calm, and yet we're about to plunge for our lives. I know there's a plan B. What's the plan B? What do we?
I'm afraid of heights, but I'm not afraid of death. So working out pretty well for me right now.
We'll call scene. All right, so we'll do it again. So looking at the other, go back to that app. Things you should never say while making love. Things you should never say while making love. That's to both of us. So, honey, you're great and everything. And you know, you're spectacular. You know, you don't do it as if I'm just doing everything and you're doing nothing. You don't do that.
Yeah. I appreciate the sentiment. I am a little disturbed that you yelled the dog's name.
Right. Well, again, I actually felt like the dog was doing more action than we were while we were there, with all due respect. But yeah, she seemed to be more into what she was doing than what we were into, which was, you seem like you were into it too for some weird reason. But hey, that's.
I mean, I was glad that she was, you know, finally like cleaning her tail. I don't think that I was more into her cleaning her tail than what we were doing. You know, it's just a little odd.
Yeah, well, I thought it was really odd, but it just seemed like maybe you weren't really interested in what was being done, but you didn't seem like you were interested at all in what we were doing. And I thought I was really giving my best stuff, I thought, but
I mean, I couldn't really focus on what was physically happening because of what was happening verbally. Do you remember talking about your 6th grade field trip in the moments before?
Right. Well, that was the first.
It was just really weird that you started talking about your trip to the Statue of Liberty.
Well, I understand that, honey, but the whole thing was that was the first kiss I had, and I remember how wonderful it was in my mind. So I was trying to bring something back, and you kind of.
I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to. First off, I don't want to hear about you with other people. I just don't. Like, I don't in general. But then also, I mean, you were barely talking about the kiss. You were more talking about the bologna sandwich.
Yeah, actually, I'll be honest with you. Maybe we need to put that into our lovemaking because I love that.
I'm not incorporating a bologna sandwich into our lovemaking. We're trying to have a baby. All right? This needs to be wholesome.
Yeah, well, that's what I was hoping. But again, you being more involved in our dog and saying, "Oh, look, it's cleaning its tail," I kind of felt like what was going on. To
try and get you off of talking about your 6th grade field trip.
Have a call scene. All right, so We're going to do it again. Why not? Not the same scene, but a different one. So we're going to do a scene on the world's dumbest criminals being caught in the act. The world's dumbest criminals being caught in the act.
Hi. So, I'm gonna return this toaster. This isn't quite working.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I just got like an itch on my face. Oh gosh. You know, these masks are just so itchy.
Yeah, I understand. Very beautiful mask. Just letting you know, you didn't buy this from us, even though officially you did get it from here, but it wasn't bought. Usually you have to buy something to return it. You don't steal it and return it and expect to get something.
I'm not. Well, I mean, it's just like you don't have any of the other brand out on the shelf right now, so I know you have it in the back. So, I just figured, I'm gonna give you this one back, and then you'll give me that one because I already stole this one successfully, so it's mine now.
Yeah, no problem. Just hold on one second. Yeah, call security. Yeah, call security in the front. Yeah, but that's beside the point. So just wondering if you had any other stuff that you want to return and switch places possibly, and that you took, and then we.
You're smart. Because I do, I grabbed like this, like little lingerie set. I tried it on, and you know what? It's just not doing it for me. So if I could return that, and then, when I was in the I was getting a little tired. All the running around and everything when you're running into stores and out of stores, carrying stuff, you just get tired. So I wanted to carbo load with this potato bread, but it's not hitting the spot. So maybe if you have like a whole wheat, that would be great.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just call the cops. Call the cops. Not on you. No, just call the cops. Security. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, we could definitely switch that for you. We were wondering if you'd like to switch that, nice lawnmower that you took, that, $7,500 lawnmower that was right on the display. We were hoping you would return that and we could switch that possibly.
Oh, I would have, because I realized I don't have a lawn. But unfortunately, that actually got stolen from me. I contacted the cops about it, and they seemed very confused about the whole situation. But yeah, that actually got stolen from me. But I would like to return this mask. It's just. Oh, I mean, it is so suffocatingly itchy. I don't know if you have anything that's a bit more breathable, maybe like a cotton.
Okay, I think we can, but can you just look up there towards that camera? Because again, you might as well smile for it, because that'll make things a lot easier. But
is that for the guys in the back so they know what I need?
Exactly, it is. Yeah, and officers, right over here. Yeah, right over here to this one, and we'll both see. All right. So we'll do it one more time. Why not? So. Okay, so first drafts of famous movie lines. First drafts of famous movie lines. All right, so you're going to have to re-say it again, but say it with a little less gusto. Just say it as if you're there. Go for it.
We're gonna need a massive ship.
Okay, yeah, that's great and everything. Let's again. There's no water around. There's no ships around. There's no boats around. You keep bringing that ships in. I'm not sure why. Again, we're on land. We're strictly on land. So we're in the subway system. So try to stick somewhat with that. And again, even if you're going off a little bit of the script, can you sort of stay on it also? So go ahead go for it.
Adrian!
Okay, we don't want it copywritten. I mean, obviously, we know that's a big Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa.
Right.
And we don't want that. We don't want you to take other lines from other movies and bring it into this. We don't need that much complication. Again, we're in the subway system. Try to get into it. If you're going to say off the script, then say something creative and not these ridiculous lines. But go ahead.
Subway, eat fresh.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, again, we're in a train station, subway station, not a subway shop. We're not eating sandwiches.
Oh.
Right. I mean, again, you could eat a Subway at a Subway shop, but let's not advertise Subway because, again, they're not paying us extra money to advertise for Subway.
Oh.
So we just need you to just get the line out, and so we could get the scenes rolling, and this would be great. So go ahead, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and go for it.
There's no place like Alabama.
Alrighty, free. So we're gonna do it one more time. I mean, again, we want to go to get this going, and we haven't even. This is just basically the first line of the movie, so I'm not sure why you're making it so complex. Can you maybe stick to the script if that's possible, if you can remember any of it? But go ahead, just give us the first line, please.
Title, the story of the subway. Enter, 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 enter. By Maddox Black.
We'll call scene, and yeah, I think we need some new actors or actresses, and yes, and we'll call scene. So, yourself a hand. So, great job, Caroline. So we're going to do now, looking right here, you got. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do Reflection Speaks. So Reflection Speaks is a lot of fun. So we'll do it twice around, as sort of what we've been doing. I'm just looking here with the timer as this messaging thing goes through. There it goes. All right, so Reflection Speaks. So you're going to be my reflection in the beginning. So I'm doing a complexion thing. So basically, going to say, just because I'm looking at the lines here that they have it, I do see it says Kool-Aid Man. A Kool-Aid Man. So I know the Kool-Aid Man. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm the Kool-Aid Man looking in the mirror, which is you. And we will begin. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm looking at myself and I'm kind of looking a little lackluster.
You know, maybe if we put in a few extra packets, we'd look a little bit better.
Yeah, again, you know, many decades been running around, letting the kids go drink me, letting the adults go drink me, and this Gatorade thing took over. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, the only way that you're gonna ever master Gatorade is if you really embrace the aid part.
Right. Okay, yeah, I understand. Oh, yeah, I understand. But the whole thing is, I used to always bust into the living rooms of all the youngsters, and they were very happy, you know, say, hey, Kool-Aid, oh, yeah, and I did my jingle, but they said I overkilled it. So now I'm sort of thinking, and we were before Gatorade was around. Remember that. We always were for the kids. So how do we pizzazz on that?
What you focus on is the fact that you have been aiding people since before Gator was able to aid anybody. So you're the true aid. You're the first aid.
Right. But again, not a doctor, not a nurse. So the aid, I think the inner thoughts of my head is thinking too much of the aid and not the Kool-Aid. It's a Kool-Aid, not an aid. It's a Kool-Aid.
Well, you gotta it's like you're aiding them and getting hydrated. You know, you're aiding them in the not dying from the dehydration.
Right. Again, we're trying to bring the kids aboard because the kids are one that parents listen to a lot. So I'm sort of thinking we don't have to concentrate on the aid. We could maybe concentrate part cool, part aid, and put it together.
Focus on the cool. You know, we get you some like a hat, like a cool hat.
Well, I'm wearing a hat for crying out loud. I'm going to fix it up a little bit. It's not the coolest hat, maybe, but it's a hat.
Well, we need a cooler hat. We need like a hat with like a fan on it to keep it cool, you know, and maybe we get you some ice packs. And maybe we get some ice and we just put a bunch of ice in you and then, you know, that'll do it.
Yeah, you're my inner thoughts, and you know the problem is you're not really helping me here. We're Kool-Aid. We're the the drink is what sells it. I don't need other things to sell it. That doesn't make sense. Knock, knock, knock. Anybody home?
And the part of your brain that's like, trying to come up with new marketing ideas. I don't know why you're anti every single marketing idea I have for you. I want you to embrace the new ideas I'm giving you. This is your creative consciousness.
Yeah, you're my creative consciousness. I'm getting a little more worried. I don't know if Kool-Aid's going to be around in the next 10 years the way your thoughts are going into my head.
Do you just want me to give you a dumbass pep talk?
Well, yeah, that can work. Yeah, back in the day, that's what used to get me going, when you used to give me good pep talks and I walk in, hey, Kool-Aid, oh yeah, the kid jumping around. Yeah, that's great.
Fine. Kool-Aid, you've got the moves, you've got the grooves, you can bash through walls and crush all those fools. You're gonna be the bomb, you're the dry walls mom, you're gonna make sure that everyone's cured. Kool-Aid.
Maybe in today's generation, maybe Kool-Aid, we might be getting flushed down the toilet. I'm gonna call some Sal. Now I'm going to be your reflection. So, just looking right here. You know what? I'm just seeing it right off the bat. I see Madonna. Can't go wrong with Madonna. So, I am your mirror reflection and your inner thoughts. So, when you are ready, you may begin.
I don't know. I think there's lines.
Yeah, but let's be real. You could beat Father Time a little bit, and you look great, but there is no beating Father Time.
Well, maybe if I got something to just go kind of like, and then I would be able to still sing a little.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Nobody could top us in singing, which is great. You have an amazing voice, have an amazing look. But again, can't be Father Time. And I'm sort of thinking, maybe there's something I can do with my nose extra.
No, right? Maybe if I just is that
Yeah.
like, I think if I do something different here, it's gonna distract from the lines, as it were.
But in all realistic, when people talk about Madonna, they do say beautiful a lot, and they say creative a lot, but they don't really talk about my face so much, even though they say I'm beautiful. They're invested in my body. So, obviously I've done many things with my body, or shall I say you, because I'm only your reflection, but you've done amazing stuff with your body. What can we do new?
The new thing might be, I could get longer nails. I could really long nails, and then people will look at the really long nails, because I'm a little bit worried. I've been noting that I'm a little bloated some days now in the morning, and like, what if somebody sees me being bloated?
Right, again, we can't beat Father Time. Father Time's always going to beat us, but we just keep in the phenomenal shape we are in, and we can make this work. But I don't know if Wolverine nails will help us. I think maybe, again, it's not always been about the nails, even though they usually look great.
Because I know I need to change something. It's just what, like I could have my jawbone shaved a little bit. I mean, that might work. A little bit of the jawbone shave, or I could get like.
See, what I would say, just in all honesty, again, there's no foolproof anything, but many people regret getting so much, and I think we've gotten enough, and we've looked great, but I don't know if we should push our luck with that. Trying to figure out.
I should push my luck. I'll get I'll just have my eyebrows microbladed. And then I'll get some extensions, and then maybe get them a bit fluffier, and I can get my eyelashes extended, and I can get hair extensions, and I'll just have so much hair that no one will notice I'm getting older.
You know what? I think right now we're in a situation where we're in a no-win situation. So I think, you know what? We might as well go for it. Do it Vogue style like we do it for so long, for many decades.
I'm going to call the doctor.
And we'll call scene. All right. So we're going to knock that out. So I am looking here. We don't have a lot of time left. Time does fly, which is great. Caroline makes this move very quickly, which I appreciate, Caroline. So, you know what? We're going to do scene 3 ways very quickly. So we'll just go over here with another suggestion and the queen. So we're going to do something regarding a queen, and we'll begin. So, Your Majesty, you look amazing, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Oh, yes, I know. I look great, which is very important because tonight is the ball where my son will be picking out his wife.
Yes, Your Majesty. I know you're not thrilled that that's finally happening, but you still look amazing. You're not getting older. You're just getting wiser.
I don't want to get either. All right? I don't like the idea of another woman moving in. What if she wants to change the china patterns?
Well, again, Your Highness, you're the queen. Nobody is higher than the queen. Not even the king is higher than the queen. Shall we remember that? And the king loves you, queen.
Oh, that's true. You can stop bowing. It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, queen. I won't bow no more.
I'm going to embrace the night. That's what I'm going to do, Eduardo. I'm going to embrace the night. I'm going to dance.
Oh, you dance so great. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I won't bow no more, Your Highness. Yeah, you dance so well.
Eduardo, my dress.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'll get your dress right now. Oh, I'm so sorry about the bowing back now. I'll get your dress. And we're going to hold that, and we're going to change the scene around. Same scene, but we're going to do it in Western style. So you've done a great job, Sheriff. Great job, Sheriff. You are the first female sheriff, and you've done an amazing job the first 2 years. Here's your badge, young lady.
Well, howdy. Thank you. I'm just not really excited that my deputy is going to try and go out on a date tonight.
Nah, listen, I know that you feel like that you're kind of like the Batman, Robin. You two are the duo. Oh, but you're partners in crime, not partners in time. So, separate too.
Yeah, I don't want to be either. I'm just worried that if he finds himself a little dame to bring in here, that she's going to be all, like, oh, why don't we change the curtains? I like my gingham curtains. I don't want to change them.
No, Sheriff, with all due respect, I bow to your whim because you are the great sheriff and we all love you. So the key is nobody's going to take over for you, Sheriff. So whoever you bring in here, you're fine. Your deputy's always going to have your back in business. You know that.
That's true. Y'all don't need to have to keep on bowing. I'm not no royalty or nothing, Just
yeah, you and I apologize to stop bowing. I mean, you are royalty to us though, because again, you're the almighty sheriff here, and you do an amazing job. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry about the bowing.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the night back. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna do some square dancing.
Oh, that's great. You're a great square dancer, and get you a brewski, and I'll get you the brewski. Oh no, I'm sorry about the bowing. Yeah, I'm going to get you the brewski. The night's on me. Don't worry, and it's all good, Sheriff. So,
hot dog.
And we're going to pause that, and we're going to rewind it again, and now we're going to go to. You want to give us a new style, Caroline? Give us a new style.
Sci-fi.
Yes, creator, you have done an amazing job. Amazing.
Salutations. Wonderful. I am so glad.
Yes, you've done spectacular job, and your co-partner has done well.
I am upset. I am upset that my co-pilot is seeking out external friends.
External friends. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. External friends aren't so external. It's just their friendship, not your business thing. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
I am worried that these external friends will influence my friend to cease doing the things in the cockpit that we like to do. For example, eating gadzorps.
Well, absorbs are delicious. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And I will let your partner know, don't worry, you don't have to worry about him. He has your back. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Xwardo07. That makes me feel very good. Instead of worrying about tonight, I will instead embrace the night, and I will go and eat gadzorps.
Gadzorps are delicious. And here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I'll get you some absorbs here. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
You don't need to bow to me, Xwardo07.
I apologize. So take the bread. Go we here. Go we here. Go we here. I am sorry about that. I hope the meal is great the way you deserve it. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Sorry about that. Go we here. Go we here. Go we here.
Wonderful, Xwardo07. I will embrace the night. Embrace it. Now, bring me my captain suit.
I am bringing you your captain suit. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Sorry about that. Go we here. Go we here. Go we here. Here is your suit, boss master.
Yes, this fits quite well.
You look great. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My apologies. Go we here. Go we here. Go we here.
Xwardo, you have to remember not to bow.
I am so sorry about that. And we'll call scene. All right. I'm looking at the timer here, and we're just about out of the time, so I don't want to open up their doors because we never know what's next. We don't want to count that. But what I will say, I will show this advertisement because we'll put this here. But I do want to, right off the bat, thank Caroline Dunn, who did an amazing job. She's the first Improvessional, part of the Improvessionals. Thank you so much. She helped me run this. She's been doing this with me in New York City for the longest before the COVID world. Screwed a lot of the world, but again, we've taken a bad thing and made it a great thing with these online stuff that Extreme Improv's done, that we've been able to do. You can always follow me on all these things. Next week, which is Friday, October 27th, we do have a Halloween extravaganza. It's our actually 39th month in a row doing a show, and it's our fourth time doing a Halloween show because we started the third month 3 years back. So this will be a fourth time doing it, dressing up and all that. Extreme Improv will be performing that night. We start at 2:30 in the afternoon, p.m. Eastern time, going to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it goes through it. So Extreme Improv and many other improv teams, counting the Improvessionals, we got a lot more members, will be participating, and we'll all be in costume and all. Caroline, Caroline has a site. Go ahead, tell them your site. Go ahead, let them know, because she's a great comedian. She does stand up, and she does it on the shows a lot, but she's a great comedian.
Yep, so if you want to follow me on YouTube, I'm Caroline Dunn, and on Instagram, I'm Lina Dunn49.
Thank you so much, Extreme Improv, and follow him by David Riley Kazansky's book. He's got many of them. He's great. Extreme. Thank you so much, David. Oh. He's gone.